Alrighty, guys, you probably know about what time it is, especially from looking at the title. But, yeah. So if we remember these boots from around Christmas time, it's probably been about, 3 months and 4 days since I've had them, since I'm filming this video on March 29th, 2021, and I got them on Christmas Day, 2020. So it's been about 3 months. So I'm just doing this video like I promised, kind of showing off the quality, how they've held up. I just want to say real quick, I have not used these for anything too heavy. But basically what I do, I wear them to school every day. I have worn these every day since I got them. And I mean every day. Even if it's just taking out the trash or something like that, I have worn them every day. But basically what I usually do, I wear them to school, and that's where they get a lot of their abuse, really. I wear them in gym class, whatever. At first, the teacher said we weren't allowed to wear boots. Otherwise, he'd dock us 10 points for the week or something like that. But, I mean, he said these were fine. So, okay. Anyway, I have not cleaned or conditioned these in about 2 or 3 weeks. And I'm not going to until next month. I've only done it 4 times. I said I was going to do it every week, but I catch myself slacking on that a lot. Basically, now I just really clean and condition them when they get a little bit too dusty for my liking. Which, I mean, they're a little bit dusty right now, and you can feel the dirt on them when you rub your hand over it, which is why they're getting cleaned next week. I usually do keep boot trees in them. I keep the wood ones that go down inside, like what you'd find at a shoe store. And then I keep the shapers and them little plastic shapers that you put in boots sometimes. As I did state in the last video, they are a bit big. So you may have seen my one video, what to do if your boots don't really fit properly. I did that. I put extra insoles in them. But I also find myself, I wear usually 2 and maybe even 3 pairs of socks. And at first, it seems weird to wear multiple pairs of socks, but over time, when you make that your daily routine to put 2 or 3 pairs of socks on, you get used to it. Usually though, when I'm not at school, I basically only wear 1 pair, and then I usually wear sweatpants, and then I tuck my phone and whatever else into my boot, because I don't have pockets on my sweatpants. So, and then I only need 1 sock because everything else holds the boot on. But around here from bending and stuff, they have gotten some creases, which it's not that bad, but it's definitely noticeable. And right here, I mean, they've got normal wear and tear, but I think I'd expect this after, a few months. If you see all the black on them, that's oil from my bike chain, because I do wear them on my bike, and I tuck my jeans into them when I'm on my bike. Well, I usually tuck my jeans into them because a lot of my jeans don't fit over them, but even if I'm wearing a pair of jeans that do fit over them, I usually tuck them in because I usually get my jeans caught in my bike chain, which is why I usually wear tight jeans in the first place. So it's just a whole... it's a whole thing, really. But yeah, I have worn them every day. So we're just gonna look at them a little bit. Around here being too big, they've gotten a little bit, of weird creases, like right here, which is the way my foot normally flexes, and then right here, I forget why it's starting to do that, but that's the way my foot really should be flexing, somewhere closer to the toe. But it is what it is. The only thing I don't like around here, this area, this little black strip, the actual protective covering has started to break down. And I don't believe it should do that so soon, personally. But hey. Because we got to remember, these are a $200 pair of boots. So I'm going to hold them to a high standard. And then this little white piece, this white ring, the thread is starting to come off of there. It's not very noticeable on this boot, but on the left side boot, it's a lot more noticeable as we look here and look over here especially. Another bad thing is the orange does kind of come off a little bit, even if you just like rub it down with water a bit. So you got to be very careful when you're cleaning the dirt off of them. You can tell down here it's a little bit darker. That's where I haven't really cleaned a lot because not a lot of dirt gets there. But as you can tell, it looks a little bit faded in some spots, which I personally like that. But yeah, that's due to just water because when it gets muddy. In here, where the white thread is, I don't know how good you can see that. You just basically need to take a toothbrush every once in a while and just scrub that all out. Yeah, because that's where the dirt likes to sit for the most part, and that's obviously not a good thing. I mean, I guess if you take your finger and run it through, you'll get a little bit of the dirt off, but it's easier to use toothbrush in that area. But other than that, I do believe they're holding up pretty good. On the front, they are kind of getting scuffs and stuff, but I believe any pair of boot would do that. But considering what some people have said about other boots from this brand, these are very, very good. Even though they are a bit big, they're very good boots. And again, that might be due to the fact that I'm conditioning them regularly. Yeah. And they don't really have to do too much work. I mean, on my bike is probably the hardest job for them because they rub against the chain a little bit and sometimes the frame. But we do have to look at the bottom here because recently, like within the past few days, they're starting to feel a bit slippery, which is partially due here. As the sole wears down, it starts to show the threads a bit. I usually just trim it, but since I haven't done that, it's starting to get a bit slippery. And plus, on the actual tread of the sole, it used to be like it is right here in this area. I don't know how good you can see that, but it used to have a little, you run your finger over it, it was rigid. Now it's starting to get smooth, so I might just take some sandpaper and grit it down a little bit, get it grippy again. But when I wear them, I kind of slide around on slick surfaces, which is not good when you're wearing boots. You want to be planted, but on grippy surfaces like carpet or pavement or something, it locks down. It really does. But on something like this right here, or the floors at school, which are very similar to this, it's very slippery when I'm wearing them. So that's definitely not good. So I'm just basically trying to make this as unbiased as possible and just not leave anything out. But, yeah, the only thing I don't like is how, the thread starts coming off the white, and then the, inner lip right here. Which I do understand why it's doing that. I do believe that's my fault, from rubbing on my bike chain, whatever. But I still don't believe that the thread should come out like that after only 3 months. I mean, because these boots, they are good after 3 months, of course. Unfortunately, I did not think so due to certain reviews of other boots by the same brand. But they do look a lot older than they actually are. Could that be due to my use? Yes. But you really think something that costs $200 would hold up a lot more. Of course, I have heard with boots that $200 is on the cheaper end, but especially for steel toes. So I am giving them the benefit of doubt in a way. So I do think they're pretty good. And overall, they're really comfortable to wear now that I put the Area ATS insoles inside. The insoles that they come with, they're very uncomfortable. I do have those still inside the boot, under the Ariat insoles, but yeah. If they feel weird, this is what I'm gonna say. If they feel weird your first few weeks of wearing them, even your first month or whatever of wearing them, just give it time and keep wearing them until your foot gets used to it. Actually, my foot has grown a lot to the shape of this boot, which is why I actually did want to order it a little bit big, but I ordered it a lot bigger than I thought I needed. But my foot has actually grown to this boot, if that makes sense. It's not as big as this boot because it is a huge boot. I mean, I'm going to put my foot next to it real quick. Yeah. So, this is the best way I can show it. It was to where my foot didn't even reach, my big toe didn't even reach the steel toe when it was sitting in the boot, but now it does, so that's good. But still, they are pretty huge. I do believe at some point my feet will grow to the tip of the toe. But if you do have small feet and you're a little bit older and you don't believe your feet will grow, make sure you order these. I've heard a half size to a size smaller than what you think you need. Alright, so I would recommend that. I mean, that'll probably help, getting your pant leg over your boot too. So, yeah, I don't know. But other than that, I really do like these. I haven't really been watching as much boot videos recently to learn any more about boots. But this is just going off of, my opinion, really. You might form a different opinion through watching this, but I'm just going to try to show some different angles of what they look like. And this is after only 3 months of wearing them. Which, again, you can have your own opinion about that. I'll have my opinion about that. I say only 3 months. You might say a whole 3 months. I have heard a lot of work boots only last about a year. I will show these after 3 more months. And yeah, like I said, they are due to get cleaned and conditioned in 1 week from now. Well, not even 1 week, 6 days, because today is Monday, I keep forgetting. They're getting conditioned Sunday, that way they're ready to go on Tuesday for school. I like to do it at night, so I'll do it Sunday night, and then they'll be ready for school on Tuesday morning. I also do know that you're not technically supposed to wear the same pair of boots every day, because it breaks down the leather a bit. So that is something I have been keeping in mind. Really and truly, I do think they've held up good. Maybe not compared to other boots of higher price points, but they definitely have held up a lot better than I thought they would, based on certain reviews of other brands, or other boots by the same brand, if that makes sense. And I believe in the first video I made about these, the first impression video and all that, I do believe I talked about how I would be getting my learner's permit to drive in a few months. And if you're watching this and you haven't watched any of my other videos, yeah, I've gotten my first car, which is 2009 Ford Crown Victoria Police Interceptor. I've made a few videos with that. I'm going to make more videos with that because I love that car. And I'm scheduled to be taking my learner's permit test tomorrow, so we'll see how that goes. As of yesterday, I was old enough to get my learner's permit, but obviously yesterday was Sunday. I couldn't necessarily, go and take my test, right? So, that's about it. Oops. I'm going to try to show them at another angle. How about that? That's good enough. And there, I believe, how about this can be the thumbnail. Let me get it focused right in the middle here. Alright, so anyway, if you have any other questions about these, I will be leaving my Instagram in the description for this video. You can send me a message on my Instagram. You can leave a comment here. I don't care what you do, but I mean, heck, you could even email me if you have a question about these. No, I'm not sponsored by Rockin Leather. I just wanted to be as honest as possible and show them as best as I can for anyone who might be planning to buy these or thinking about buy these or whatever. Because when I was looking at them, I had no idea, so for me it was kind of a gamble. So I'm trying to make these videos at a regular basis to kind of show the way they break down and show, you know, how they are with, I mean, basic use. I mean, a lot of people that buy these, I think, are probably going to be using them for a lot more than just going to school and walking around for 7 hours a day. That's just my take on things. Of course, I have done more than just going to school, like I said. I do use these to go work on my car, do whatever. I have carried heavy things while wearing them. That could lead to breaking down the sole, the outer sole a bit. But this video has just been my take on things. Obviously, I'm trying to show them as much as I can. That way you can look at them and kind of form an opinion, your own opinion, of whether or not you will buy your own pair. And like I said, these haven't even been cleaned in 3 weeks, so that's kind of abuse in itself. And, I mean, they might look in worse condition than they really are due to I haven't cleaned them. So, I have, you know, been trying to take care of them, though. But, yeah, I've kind of been slacking a little bit. But other than that, that's going to end this video. Like I said, if you have any more questions, you know, there's ways to contact me. Just leave it in the comments, do whatever. Thanks for watching this, and I do encourage you to go check out some of my other videos. You don't have to subscribe unless you want to, of course, and I don't know, leave a like if this helped you, please. That way I know that not only this content is getting out there, but also that it's helping people. Alright, so I'm going to wrap this up here. Thank you, and